What's going on, everybody? This is AJ Batista, and we are back with another episode of the Bomcast after a couple weeks off. I'm joined by my usual co-hosts, Mike Morano and Patrick O'Chang. Elon Musk bought Twitter. Netflix is losing money. And Rough Draft, we're ranking the top 3 worst feelings. Fellas, what's going on?
Nothing's going on. It's just that a certain baseball team last night pitched a complete game without allowing a hit, and it just happens to be our favorite baseball team. So life is good. The vibes are positive. It's not a hater day. Actually, it's half a hater day because the Giants sold last night. Other than that, it's a good day.
Yeah, me and Pat were we were watching that game together. You know, me and Pat were posted up at the crib.
Yeah. I actually drove down to DC just
for this mine, but we were playing Fortnite and we were kind of watching it during that. We kind of just watched it the entire time. We didn't really play much, and it kind of worked because we saw it. Pat was a little bit ahead of me, so I had to get him to shut up for a second beforehand.
I had to wait till Mike to start celebrating.
Pretty much, just so I wasn't gonna get spoiled with it.
It was like a 5-second difference, not even though.
When you were saying like 2 outs, I was it was just happening. So like it was like probably 3-second delay, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I posted this on my story yesterday. A little of a story I kind of had when the first time the Mets got their first no-hitter in June 1st of 2012. I had Facebook at the time. I was using Facebook at the time, like all 7th graders do.
Of course. That's 7th grade. Of course. Casual racism on Facebook.
Looking back at my old Facebook, well, before going to college, I kind of deleted pretty much everything that would make me get fun of, or made me, people would make fun of me for.
Yeah, I think everybody went through that phase. Yeah,
I went through like probably 2 hours of just scrolling through my whole Facebook feed and like deleting almost everything that's like weird, you know?
Yeah.
I got most of it, but I kept one thing, and that was in 2017. I kept it. It said like Mets. I said Mets got their first no-hitter in franchise history. I was so happy. I was 12. And our friend Tyler, and it stuck with me. It really did affect me. Like he thinks the joke, like it really did affect me. He commented on it and said, LOL, it'll probably never happen again. And Tyler's not into baseball. So it was so weird to me to him just to kind of come at me like that and say like, it'll never happen again.
And I like that he spelled it N-E-V-A.
Never lost.
So I don't know, that stuck with me. Like a 12-year-old me, that stuck with me. And just how every other normal 12-year-old would react. I kept it. I held that grudge for about 10 years. It's been almost 10 years now.
You feel vindicated.
And literally once they got that no-hitter, like I literally the first thing I did was went right to my Facebook and searched if I still had it, because I didn't, just wanted to make sure I still had that status, and I did. And I had his comment. Everything was, and I had to call him out, and I had to say, always hold your grudges because they're good for you.
Yeah. You internalized that for 10 years.
It's seriously for 10 years because I brought it up to him a couple of years ago, and I was like, I'm going to post it if it happens. And I'm like, yeah, or I'll be like, I kept saying that to him. And like, it was like a joke for a little bit. And I'm glad I was able to get that out because I feel the same as I did before, but I'm going to act like it helped me out so much.
What did he say when you posted it?
He said, I don't have it like saved because Snap deletes messages, and I'm not one of those people that save Snap messages because I'm not a weirdo. He was like, "Fuck you," and that's all he said, "Fuck you." And
that's on what's it called? This one character.
And then I was like, I had to do it, and I said I had to do it, and I'm sorry if this I'm sorry if this like affects you in any way, and I'm sorry if this affects your future in any way, because people are gonna know how much of an unsupportive person you are. But things like this have to be called out. We have to call people out for this stuff like this, because you can't just say that and think it's just going to like fly by your head.
Why do you never save Snap messages? I have to. If I don't save it, I don't answer. Like if I answer 3 hours later and the message isn't saved, I did no memory of what.
Because Snapchat is for that use. It's like a throwaway phone. You take a message or you snap, and you're trusting that other person to not screenshot it and just look at it and reply and just forget that everything that ever happened.
Well, yeah, the actual like snapping back and forth with people, that's fine. But like if you're using like the chat section in Snapchat, I have to save it. I will not remember what.
Yeah, if we're having a conversation that lasts more than 2 messages, I gotta save it.
Exactly.
I won't remember
Exactly.
I will remember.
Well, Mike obviously remembers more than us. AJ. AJ, is that a Oswego Compass Credit Union shirt you're wearing right now?
It is.
Okay, it just caught my eye.
I found a Oneida Hall residence shirt for like move-in day at my thrift store by here.
That's crazy.
Did I tell you guys that?
Yeah, I couldn't believe that.
I was at a thrift store and it was our year. It's a 2017-2018, like our freshman year. So like that was one of our shirts. Like I had one that said Johnson, and like I saw they were selling it for like $8.
Shit was free. Shit was free as fuck.
That's they give it to you moving day.
Yeah, I almost bought it, but I'm sticking with my healthy baller sweatshirt. So
I went to that thrift store near me. I couldn't believe it was such a mess of a place. The guy just had like a Nerf gun in with like the basketball short. Like there was just shit all thrown about. It was. I found that shirt. What I haven't saved from my Snap story. The shirt. I sent it.
What's the shirt say?
Oh,
the clam one?
No, it said something about snatch.
Oh yeah, same thing.
Where? No, it's
too many.
It was like a month ago. Where is it? Oh, here. Give me snatch or give me death.
You should have bought it.
There wasn't a price tag. None of the clothes had price tags on it.
You should have taken it then.
So like here's the thing now. Like if I'm working at a thrift store and someone throws me a shirt that says "Give me snatch" or "Give me death," I'm gonna be like, dude, just take it. I don't want it.
Do you really want to pay for this?
I wasn't in the mood to haggle with the thrift store owner. I was not in the mood for that.
Dude, my thrift store, like they love to overprice things. There's a Nike logo on it, $20 right then and there. Like that's almost the same as if I just went to the Nike store and got like one that actually fits me.
There was a stained Knicks David Lee jersey. just had a disgusting beige. It was a white jersey too, so it's just a beige stain right here.
Yeah, a coffee stain just sitting there, just set in.
No price. Nothing at a price. It's not a thing.
Yeah, I love the thrift stores because like the one by here, they love a lot of like Redskins.
Whoa.
No, like they're like the Redskins,
I know.
like jerseys, shirts, and stuff. They have a lot of those, and I found like the sickest Donovan McNabb Redskins jersey, but it was like a 52 XL. You know, like it was an insanely large.
In 2004, you could have worn that and got away with it.
Yeah.
It was for $15, which I would have paid the $15 for. I have to stop buying jerseys knowing that I'm not going to wear them. Like I still have this picture in my head that I'm going to wear these jerseys. So if I find like a really good jersey that I like, I'm going to buy it and I'm never going to wear it.
You know why?
Are we out of the jersey phase?
Yeah, we graduated college. We don't know. Where are we going to wear? You can't go out and wear jerseys anymore past college. It doesn't work in public.
Except if you're at a sports game.
Yeah, they won't let you can wear a jersey for your team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or if you're just like outside in your backyard. I think like Luke does it a lot. He just wears jerseys just like around the house. And I think that's fair. Fine. I did that a couple times last week just to wear it, you know, if it's hot.
Why not? Yeah.
Yeah, but like, you can't go out in public with it. Okay, you can go out in public with it. You can't go out. You know what I mean? You can't like go out. I'm gonna wear my fucking Jaylen Brown Celtics jersey.
I really want to make batting practice jerseys my style. Really want
past that though. We're way past that.
I'm gonna start wearing them. If I'll start wearing them. I'll make it my style.
You just said that Growlers is yours.
If I knew if I could wear a jersey and go out, like I would wear a jersey and go out if I knew that I was guaranteed one person cuts me and go, that's I remember him, and then it could spark like a 2-minute conversation where it gets awkward.
That's why college was so cool. I think Mike, you said this once. You're like, though, the only reason guys wear jerseys to impress other guys.
Yep.
And it's just because in college, I'm like, yo, it's a sick jersey. I'll never forget. I wore Mike's KG jersey. Someone had dapped me up outside of like, you know, Juan Zones or some shit. Like, yo, it's a fire jersey. I was like, yeah, thanks. Not mine.
Yeah, that was the ultimate high like wearing like my Atlanta Hawks Dikembe Mutombo jersey and having people be like, dude, that's a sick jersey.
Sick, yeah.
Yeah, I would just be like, dude, I needed this.
You're drunk
It
at
really, you know
1:30
what?
in the
It really
morning.
was a boost in confidence if a guy complimented you on your jersey.
It
It
really was.
really was. It was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, that's the name of the game, you know.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. You have to wear these sick jerseys out to it's basic Darwinism in a way, you know, survival of the
fittest.
survival of the fittest, you know. You're gonna go out as a freshman. You're gonna go out as a freshman and you're gonna get made fun of for like wearing, I don't know, South Pole out to the bars. And then you're gonna get killed. That's just the name of the game.
Gotta
So
say though, never saw anybody wear a soccer or hockey jersey or football.
hockey
I wore a soccer jersey once out.
You
I've
did?
been out with
Yeah, I have a picture. Oh, I'll find it.
I've been
Were
out
you
with
were the
Tyler.
ref one time. You were
No,
a ref.
I don't talk about that. I wore a soccer jersey out one. Let me find it.
I never saw football, hockey, or basketball or soccer. Excuse me. It was always basketball and baseball.
Tyler.
Football. I think football in hockey would be too hot.
Yeah.
Tyler wore
yes.
Connor McDavid Oilers jersey out to the bars one time, and he found a kid with the same exact jersey, and they took a picture together. I've wore a hockey jersey out once.
I think I have actually. I just saw a picture. It was it was in February of 2020 here. Mike's wearing his Devils jersey. There it is. Like you see him, barely.
Yeah, but you can see
There
it.
it is. I definitely did wear my Arsenal jersey out once. We go find it. I remember because someone complimented me on wearing it. I was like, oh, thanks. Find it.
Yeah. So you before going into college, you got to realize: are you a South Pole kid, or are you
Are you cool?
or are you
South
like
Pole.
like a 2006 silk Dallas Mavericks jersey with like that gold? Remember that gold 2006 jersey they wore that one game and it sucked?
No.
No.
Well, I'm just naming like random jerseys, but like you got to pick. All right. And DHgate is a way that you can get jerseys for
DHgate is great.
practically free.
I've not used DHgate in a year.
Yeah.
Because I stopped buying jerseys.
I was thinking
like-
about going back to DHgate to buy like a black Mets jersey of like, I don't know, Starling Marte or someone just like kind of in the middle of the team, because that's one thing. I don't like buying jerseys of like the main player.
Gotta buy a Tyler McGill jersey.
People need to know how much of a fan I am. I'm sorry if that makes me selfish. That's great. Like I can't, like if I was like a Giants fan, I can't show up in an Eli Manning jersey. I have to show up in a Kevin Boss jersey. That's just how that is, because
what's it called?
They're like, I'm there for a reason.
At the draft, someone was wearing a free Plaxico jersey in the front row, and it was on TV for like 5 minutes.
That's amazing.
It's a free plaque. I was like, also, the fans who go to the NFL draft would be worst people ever. I don't care what anyone says. They just sit there and get themselves so amped up for some dude they definitely don't know who they are talking about.
Yeah.
They said like, yeah, this is our year. Like the Jets fans, they do this shit every year, and they, in 2 years are drafting the same exact position. It's crazy how hyped these people get.
The NFL draft is only good for the first 5 picks. And 5 is pushing it.
That's only if the 5 picks are people that we actually know.
Yeah, if they're 5 generational talents, you can go for the first 5 and then beat traffic. Because like last like the 2018 one had a lot of quarterbacks. So I would see why you would want to go, because there's a lot of good quarterbacks that you could see. This year, why are you going? Why are you going?
It's Vegas, baby.
Oh, it's Vegas. You're so right. Like imagine like going to like Detroit for the draft or whatever, and it's like,
or in Detroit in general, just going.
Why are we here? Like why am I like getting hype over a kid that like failed chemistry 2 years ago? And now I'm gonna have him like be the savior of this franchise. It just didn't make sense. If you go to draft like days 2, 3, and like what do you do?
I think it's just like it's a weekend.
Exactly. You're good there. You might as well just go.
I think it's just
you get to see like David Blaine like fucking get out.
It was Chris Angel.
You get to see Chris Angel come out of a straitjacket and be like, with the 37th pick in the NFL draft, the Atlanta Falcons select Desmond Riddler. Poof, and then he gets out of the way.
He throws a smoke bomb. He's up there.
Like fucking Batman is this year. Yeah, that's the problem with the rest of the draft. They start bringing out like celebrities and former players. They sit there.
I was happy to see Mero come out.
That was cool. That was
I
Mero.
was happy.
Yeah, if they're gonna call people out, at least make them be funny.
Yeah.
What the fuck's Chris Angel doing there? I didn't know Chris Angel was alive. Keep it a buck.
You know what I'm gonna start doing? I'm gonna start buying jerseys, but only just the number one generic jerseys. You get the custom, just straight up. I have two.
Just say that says your name on the back. Doesn't say AJ on it. It says your name still.
Yeah.
Just buy that.
Yeah. That's one that always got me like mad is when people get jerseys and they put their last name on the jersey.
That's something that you can do that for a kid.
You do that for a kid
for his birthday.
Won his flag football championship game.
I still have a baseball jersey from when I played when I was little.
Well, no, that's different because
that's different though. It's not a Yankees jersey.
That is true.
Because you can't put your name on the Yankees jersey.
No, because you play for the name in the front, not the back.
Yeah. There's no name on the front. It's just two letters. But
Yeah, if you are above the age of like 8 and you're like showing off that like you have like a Rams jersey with like your last name on it, I'm like, dude, it's not impressive.
That's like when grown men bring the wrestling belts to the show to just sit in the crowd,
lift it up at the same time as Roman Reigns. Acknowledge me.
Yeah, it's like stop.
This might be a bit off topic, but it also kind of comes with this. I feel like it may be with this conversation. Like I don't know if I'm fit to have kids. I not that I don't know. I do know that I'm not fit to have kids. Because I was watching Breaking Bad, and then Mike, the older guy,
love him,
great guy. He has a granddaughter, right? And it's kind of show like his double life basically, and like he's actually not this horrible guy. Like he actually has like a family and stuff. And there's like a scene where he is in a car with his granddaughter, and she's like telling him all these dinosaur facts. And he's like, "Oh wow, I didn't know that. You're telling me the rhinoceros's horn is actually not his nose?" And he goes, "I learned so much." I'm like, if I'm in his position, I'm like, dude, I know that. I'm gonna sit here and say, I know that. Like that might be the worst part for me if I ever become a parent. Is like, I have to act like this is new information. But dude, I've been here longer than you. Like I have a college degree. Like I know that.
So, on top of that. Okay. So to just teach your kid about the brutal honesty of the world. So when they share a fun fact with you, you just go, "Yeah,
it's not real."
I know. And then you just stare at them and wait for them to accept it. Just teach them young about the brutal honesty, so they'll stop sharing facts with you.
You know what I think it is, actually? I think you're just not a patient person, Mike, because I'm the same way. I'm not patient enough to deal with kids right now. I was at work the other day. Some kid was like across the store, but he was very loudly singing the alphabet song. And I audibly said, "Yo, shut the fuck up." And I was like, I called him. I was like, "Wait, what the fuck is wrong with me?" It's like 2 years old. I'm like, I was like, "You need to shut the fuck up." He just said, and you're like, I was like, "Uh-oh." No like, one heard me, obviously. But I didn't think it in my head. I audibly said it. And it's like, oh shit.
I think
maybe I messed up.
Everybody know the alphabet.
Some kid kept throwing a ball at me the other day. And then like I was like, it's funny. And I was like, if he did it to me again, there was a thought in my head to take the ball and punt it back at them. But I didn't do that, so it's okay.
Like the thing that's holding me back, like, because I know I did this as a kid, because everyone did it as kids. Like when they want to show their parents something cool they did, and it ended up being like the lamest thing ever. Like if you had a pool and like you just go underwater for 2 seconds and you're like, watch me. Like I did that as a kid. I hate myself for doing that, because now I know that when I have a kid and he wants to show me, or she wants to show me like something that happened, like when she wants to go underwater for 2 seconds, I'm gonna like have to go in the pool and be like, I could do it for longer. You're like, that's
like, you want to race? No.
Like you do it for 3 seconds, because I could do that with easily.
Like I said, just be honest. If your kid wants to do a handstand in the pool and they come up and they're like, "How is that, Dad?" You're like, "Your right knee was bent. It wasn't good. You weren't straight." Just be honest. Come on, you were rocking back and forth. You weren't even steady. That's not a handstand.
You flipped over as soon as you touched the ground.
Just break the kid's spirit before they hit double digits.
Like when like kids change their like profession of what they want to be when they grow up, like every 2 seconds.
Yeah.
So like what if like at a pool and like they swim for 2 seconds or they do well in their swimming lessons and they're like, oh, I want to be a professional swimmer, like an Olympian swimmer. I'm gonna like sit down and be like, training starts now then.
We're signing
Starts
off
right now. All that stuff you're eating beforehand, gone. Okay. You're eating air and you're
And
eating
water.
the occasional toast that I make for you. You know, like it's training start. If that's what they want to do, training starts now. And then they could see like that their words have meanings and they affect other people. So when you tell me you're going to be a professional swimmer, how does that affect me as a parent? Now I got to change my whole life around so I could be your personal coach. Like I'm from Rocky.
Yeah.
Mike's gonna fucking turn to Venus Serena's father. Shit. These kids gonna be star athletes, gonna have a whole like fucking depressing ass story on their draft day. Their father from age 2 on was just blunt with them and they didn't know how to they knew how to act.
I will say that though, the parents that took like if you were just like in intramural sports or whatever, or little league, the parents that took it way too seriously are the worst.
That's gonna be me though. I
I
hate losing.
It's terrible.
I think I've said this before. I might have said it on the radio once or some shit. I said I will never have what's it called? I would never have my kid play like soccer because I wouldn't be able to watch how bad everybody else is. Because I would make sure my kid's good, but like the rest of them would suck so bad I wouldn't be able to watch it. You know?
Yeah.
Like it would have to be a sport that like it would have to be a little bit more competitive. Like, at least basketball, you can get away with being kind of ass, but you can't. Soccer is just like they just run into each other for 40 minutes. It's like I can't.
You could
not be able to watch it
from Kicking and Screaming. That was basically the same thing. You like hired Mike Ditka to be a coach. He got 2 kids from Mexico from a coffee shop to like be the best players.
Maybe I would have to be the coach. I don't have to coach to be the greatest team of all time. That's basically what it is. And I would hang up trophies in my house in a room.
I don't think being a coach would be right for me. Like I know a lot of people that want to be like, their kids little league coaches or whatnot. And like
Mikey Snacks was always the coach.
I don't know.
I want to argue with you.
I know baseball, but I don't know the proper training that's gonna make them like be good. Like I'm gonna just throw balls at them and hope they catch it. Like that's just not me. Like I'll try to hire like I don't know. Let's see if Cody Bellinger is available from April to I don't know.
I don't think I could ever be the dad that could be the coach. I'll be the dad that helps out. I'll be good at that. I'll be the dad that helps out, like that, like in the field, just like making sure the kids don't like throw rocks at each other or whatever. I'll do that.
Yeah. Come on. What are you doing? That's what we AJ. Come
on. Stop picking the grass. Stand up. And
make sure the dickhead in the right field's not blowing on dandelions.
You're like 30 back. You have like your binoculars, like Brandon. Oh. Look straight.
In Little League, there were parents who like would be sitting in the stands with like a scorebook and tracking stats of 8-year-olds.
Yeah. Your on base is very low. You gotta walk sometimes, but you don't have to swing in every pitch.
The Little League that I was a part of.
I can't wait till analytics get in the Little League.
Parents would get ejected a lot. Like coaches would get ejected. Like shit, like that happened.
Yeah. My coach, one of my baseball coaches got put in the back of a cop car once at a Little League game.
It's like banging his head in the window.
It was not. He got in a fight. He got in a fight with the other coach.
It's like you remember before WrestleMania in New York, whatever it was, the triple threat with the Becky Charlotte.
Oh, Ron,
the whole cop fight they had. I forget who it was. I think it was.
Oh my god, that was insane.
That's gonna be me. It's gonna be Mike in a fucking Little League. Like, it wasn't a fucking strike.
Oh, all I'm saying is there has to be a pitch count. There has to be a pitch count to monitor the arm, okay? Because now I have to ice it.
He's going to have Tommy John. Yeah, I'm gonna be. Can't wait to analytics or the full front of Little League baseball.
My sister, when she played basketball, she had 2 coaches who had no idea what they were doing. One coach would just repeatedly clap his hands like this and scream his daughter's name and be like, "Pass it to my daughter! Pass it to my daughter! Pass it to my daughter." The other coach would just stand at the edge of the sideline with his hands on his hips, screaming, "The offense or defense, it didn't matter. The ball, and just over and over again. He'd be red in the face. And then if the girls didn't get a layup, he'd fall back, stumble against the stands as if he was about to have a heart attack. Every single game.
The Little League coaching dynamic always has a type of good cop, bad cop duo. of these overweight white dudes that really kind of take this too seriously, and they have one that like instills fear in the kids. The other one's like, whatever, man. Like they always do shit like that. So the Little League coaches are like, it's so weird because with Step Brothers, when John C. Reilly's like, I manage I manage a baseball team. And they're like, oh, Little League. He goes, no, fantasy. Like, that's the type of dude that I'm picturing actually managing like a Little League team. You know, like he looks like one that like
what the fuck was that impression?
Sounded like a white Jay-Z.
That was not John C.
Reilly at all.
I can't do a John C. Reilly impression, so I'm doing what best I can. Okay. I'm sorry, Pat. Do you have a John C. Reilly impression that you would love to share with the class?
That's what you gotta do.
No, you gotta have like a nasally kind of voice to it. With
that wasn't nasally. You sound country.
Okay, well, I'm trying my best here. Okay, the only impressions that I could do are Stone Cold and
what?
And who's the other guy? Christopher Walken.
Everybody can do Christopher Walken.
Could you do Could you do the Christopher Walken?
I don't want to do it right now.
Do the Gary Zuko. Danny Zuko, whatever his real name is. I don't know which one. I don't know which one's which anymore at this point. That joke's so bad. It's ingrained in my memory. Which one's wrong? That is the worst joke I've ever made. I still fucking bring it up in 5 weeks.
I looked forward though going to my sister's basketball games every weekend just to watch the two coaches, and all the girls, they were bad at basketball. So one girl would go for the layup every time, but she'd sprint to the basket so hard that when she went for the layup, she'd fly off the court and land on her ass. Every other girl would stand at the top of the paint and just behind their head as hard as they could, heave it at the backboard and miss. Every I don't think my sister's basketball team won a game. Every time. That was the offense.
This might sound messed up, but women who aren't good at basketball is very hard to watch. I don't know what it's like, you know.
Anyone
bad at it, but it's like different because like the way they shoot is funny because they shoot with their whole body.
I can't imagine watching when I played like rec league basketball. I can't imagine.
I was a dominant force in the rec league basketball.
I was awful.
MVP.
I never really played basketball that much. I remember like the intramurals that we used to have, like they would like the teams would be NBA teams, and like they'd all wear like Spurs jerseys or like Knicks jerseys. Like they made the teams like after NBA teams. So I thought that was kind of cool because like it felt like, you know, I was there, you know.
They did that with Little League too, right? They'd be like
Little League, they did that too.
No, my Little League was just colors.
No, they did Dodgers, Mets, Cardinals, whatever. Yeah.
No, we had colors and then you could pick your name. That's about it. And then eventually when I got older, they got, instead of having like a team or like your name on the back of a jersey, they did like local sponsors.
Sponsors, yep.
It would be like the Bagel Boss, you know, Battlehawks versus the CVS Pharmacy.
Your Plainview money launder.
The CVS Pharmacy Perk 30s.
The only time I had like real like pro sports teams on jerseys was flag football. That was it.
Flag football. I had a flag football team that I put together sophomore year of high school, and it was the biggest disaster I've ever had in my life. We like being a group of friends like decided to make a flag football team, and then and then me, Tyler, and like one other person were the only people to show up every week. They didn't show up, and so like we kept forfeiting every week because no one would show up.
That happened to our handball team freshman year of college. Like we just kept winning games and no one showed up. We got to like the playoffs and got eliminated immediately.
I played flag football from like 3rd grade to like 9th or 10th grade, and there was a long time, but very fun. I always had friends on the teams. It was fine. But there was this one team. Somehow they got to be the Packers every year. The kids were just bullies on the field, and the coach was just a raging alcoholic.
Okay. I was like, is he going to say it?
Allegedly. Just like they would pick fights. Like the parents of that team would pick fights with parents. The kids would pick fights.
Oh,
it was a nightmare.
Yes, we got into fights like in fantasy football and flag football because like people took it way too seriously, and like we just did it because we wanted to have fun with it. So like we didn't have any plays drawn up. It was just like get open and we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
they had plays, they had books, and I was like making fun of them about it. And they really took it seriously. And like a couple shoves came up and stuff. Like, I was like, all right, man, if you want to really get down in like a a high school football field at like on a Sunday afternoon, by all means. I just, we didn't take it as seriously, and people kind of didn't like that, which I thought was interesting.
We did. My team for a while. I had the same coach for about 5 years. 5 or 6 of the years I played. We had a whole playbook. We had like a system. We weren't really ever that good because it was just a bunch of uncoordinated kids. But we attempted a whole system. It was fun. It was really fun, except when we played the Packers because they were just assholes. Somehow every year they were the Packers. I don't know how.
That's in real life. Assholes. They should be in
Win
jail.
the championship every year?
No.
Okay. I was maybe they just maybe if they win, they get to keep.
Actually, maybe they did. I never got far enough to know. Maybe they were.
You weren't following them in the playoffs to get film?
What?
You weren't following them into the playoffs like to get film of them to study?
No.
Okay. Well, obviously
You obviously weren't dedicated to the grind.
Obviously, your team lost because of a lack of effort. That was kind of it.
I can't even imagine how much that father used to do. Because looking back, have you guys ever seen like a rummy? Just like the guy who's like always red and just like that was the father. Yeah. Just from drinking, that was that father. He'd curse at the kids. He'd be like, don't fucking do like it'd be a nightmare to play them every year.
Yeah. I don't know why. Like it's such a
Nah, it's all me. I kept going about the alcoholic coach. I didn't even realize the time.
It was a thing that
I completely botched that one.
No,
yeah.
It's cool. We get paid we don't get paid, but we're like your therapist, and that's fine. Trust me,
These are our therapies.
I've been a therapist for way over a year now, so this works for me too. Yeah, but the last thing I'll say before we get to our rough draft is that like I always found it so interesting, like how like deep like Little League goes, and like you get these coaches that like always dreamt of like being like a scout or like an NFL coach, and like they have to put in the work, and it consumes their life. And I never understood that. I seriously did. I never understood, like with Friday Night Tykes, like that show on Netflix. You ever watch that?
Wait, what show?
Friday Night Tykes.
It's like those. It's like Little League. What's it called?
It's a Little League
Pee Wee football.
It's like it's Pee Wee football, like in Texas, and they take it so seriously, and like they push these kids to like the brink, and like they have like these coaches being like, you gotta hit him, I don't care if you don't get up, and like shit like that. And it's always crazy to me like that they take it this seriously, because like they've always dreamt of like being like the defensive coordinator for the Indianapolis Colts or something. So like they have to like use like their vision they've always had to make a team, where they have to do it, and they have to hope that Roger Goodell just happens to be like a Texas Pee Wee League, being like, I like that guy. That guy's great.
So the host Jerry Jones is stopping by, like, I need you in the front office.
Every time we say the word coach, I can't not think of my sister's basketball coach, of the one he would just get so, anyway, he's like one of those meatball dudes. Like the meatball,
like Meatwad from Aqua Team Hunger Force.
He just like
full circle,
like,
guys.
all like 5'2", no neck, just screaming the ball.
and then like in the back, like the coach is paying him this $25 a week. He goes, the dollar earned, huh?
So people do this shit for free. That's the crazy part.
Yeah.
They're volunteering their own time to go yell at fucking 7-year-olds. It's crazy. Now that I think about it, that sounds like a dream job for me. No, just to go yell at 7-year-olds for being annoying.
Guys have the dream of like wearing a visor and a clipboard for some reason. Like that's like a lot of guys' dreams, wearing a visor, clipboard, and like having some chewing tobacco in their back pocket and just yelling at kids for 8 hours.
Yeah.
One of the funniest things that Mike ever did, I don't know why I always thought it was funny. When we were playing like flip cup or whatever, and he just showed up with the headset, the hat, and like the notebook, exactly like the coach. Just because he came out of nowhere, he was just like, I thought that was one of the funniest things ever. Yeah. Just sitting there coaching like,
because like because these guys want to have like an alter ego. We like at home they're this guy that works an office job and like doesn't really like their life, and then like on the field they could be coach, and like they could push these kids, and like yeah, I don't know. I don't like the dynamic. I've never liked that stuff of like being, Little League being the kind of like a way for these older men to kind of take their anger out of them not fulfilling like being like an NFL coach or something. I never liked that.
Yeah, the dads who take it too seriously are weird. Very weird.
Just take it out on fantasy football. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Basically. And you can win money on that.
And you get money on it.
Maybe they just have money on the Little League games. There's gonna be a black market pool.
They probably
I got the Giants covering today. What do you got?
What do you guys think of Elon buying Twitter?
Are
you excited?
I don't care.
We're getting an edit button.
I don't give a no. Oh, the edit button is not safe. That sounds extremely dangerous. It just means like I'm gonna tweet out, yo, fucking the Grizzlies are gonna beat the Warriors. And then when the Warriors win the series, I just switch it. Like I was always right.
Yeah.
That's all I would use it for. I can't believe I picked the Warriors. I'm such a genius. Warriors and 5, by the way.
I don't know. I feel like if shit hits the fan, if because he's not in charge yet. Apparently, it's supposed to take like 3 to 6 months before he takes, office or whatever.
Yeah, I don't think he has the money just yet. He has to like get like 20 billion of it from like financing, and then the other one, the rest of it's just like, he's like back. I forget what's the word, shorting, or it's like I forget the actual word for it, but it's like it's against Tesla. So if Tesla fails somehow, some way, it would be really bad. But yeah.
Okay.
Truth Social's popping, so
yeah, exactly. Like if it like just shit hits the fan and whatever, Twitter gets ruined. Like, all right, like something else will come up.
It had a great run.
Yeah, something else will come up. I
don't know what else will come up because I would not be addicted to anything as much as I am to Twitter. But so,
do you guys hear that?
No.
Okay.
No, he's this is
what the ice cream truck passed by.
No.
Yeah, Asia get excited over an ice cream truck.
I do every time. I do.
I haven't heard one in years, dude.
Every once in a while in the summer, I'll just hear one randomly. Like, what the fuck? Where did that?
I haven't heard one in.
I heard one once, like during COVID. It was very weird.
I gotta see what this is. Hold on. What is this?
This is the part of living alone that I really hate, because if I hear a noise outside, I have to inspect it now.
It's the Amazon driver blasting the new Future album.
Respect.
That's fun.
Yeah, I'm like AJ. Anytime I hear a noise outside, I'm like, oh, gotta inspect it now.
You gotta look. You gotta take a look.
Doing that, I'm like, this is like, I feel like I'm like 80, and like I have to like do this stuff now.
That's why my dad picked his seat at the kitchen table, so like he could look at all the windows at the street. He picked that seat for a reason.
And like nothing's going on, but he has to act like something's going on. So he like parks outside of the window and just checks up there for an hour and he's like, what are they doing out there?
What's going on?
Something's going on out there.
Like if he doesn't recognize a neighbor, like if it's somebody he doesn't recognize, does he get excited? He needs to find out who they are, what they're doing. Or
my favorite activity when I was living back at home was like, or Staten Island was like, when people used to park in front of our house, and like that parking spot belongs to anybody. We just usually park our car in front of our house. And if our car is not there and someone parks there, like my mom has to look outside and be like, what are they doing? What the fuck is going on? Who the? And then like they're like looking out and they're like, who's parked out there? What do they know? And like, it's like, dude, it's just a parking spot.
What do they know?
They know what's going on over here. Why are they taking our spot? Like, we have a driveway.
Again, yeah, but like whenever someone parks their car in front of my house, I get kind of opt out, kind of suspicious too. You know?
Yeah, but they don't.
Oh, sorry, Mike.
I'm saying if they don't know the area, they're just going to park wherever they see a parking spot. Which is cool. It's just that like when I picked up Pat and I had to park for like 20 minutes. Like I feel like Pat's neighbors were like, "What is that car doing there?"
No, they definitely were. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What the fuck is a South Carolina plate doing outside?
Yeah, they're looking for someone. It's the IRS. They're looking for someone.
Across the street from me isn't another driveway. It's just a sidewalk. So people who park like in front of my house or in front of my neighbor's house, like diagonally across the street from me, always park in the part of the sidewalk that if you back out of my driveway, you just can't because you're blocked in. It's so Gardner trucks do it all the time. Amazon trucks, cable trucks.
What are you looking at now?
Annoying.
No, I swear to God, I thought I heard the ice cream truck. I was so confused.
This podcast is going to shit. So
it took too much time off.
Yeah. What do you guys think of how at Netflix they lost 200,000 subscribers and are expecting to lose 2 million more?
Do not
fucking $15 a month so I can watch Ozark and then not use it for 3 months.
Yeah, they did it to themselves.
Yes,
Yeah.
No.
You know what shit is on fucking Netflix, bro? I'm not even talking about like the shit they don't know. I'm talking about the stuff they make.
Yeah.
For every one show that's good, there's like 20 are bad. Or I'm never gonna watch. It's crazy.
Astounding.
Netflix will always be okay. People are preying on Netflix's downfall, and like I feel like we see every 4 or 5 months, every quarter, where it's like Netflix down $700 billion. How will they recover? And then they just make a show that everyone goes crazy.
No, I don't think they said this is the first like non-profitable quarter they've had in like a decade or something like that, where they've had this big of a loss.
Netflix is fine. People for some reason prey on like Netflix's downfall, which is because you have to pay a lot of money.
The best thing about Netflix is its layout. That's it. It's the best thing about Netflix.
You don't got ads, which people tend to enjoy, where it's like you don't have ads and stuff. But no matter what Netflix does to any changes, people are still going to pay it, in my opinion. And so
I'm never not going to pay for Netflix.
Yeah, I'm never not going to have
it.
it.
There you go. Problem solved. Netflix isn't going anywhere.
If there is a downfall, I'm not going to be upset. HBO Max is better. Hulu's better. It's just all that.
HBO Max is so much better. If all these like, what's it called, websites just figured out how to make their website as good as Netflix, it would be great.
That's
HBO has the worst website and app I've ever seen in my life. Hulu, it's just like, it's not horrible, but they didn't figure it out. Disney Plus is actually pretty fun.
Again, Netflix is the only
Disney Plus is okay. Yeah. Disney Plus kind of copied Netflix's like kind of style. Netflix is fine because
that's what works.
Yeah.
HBO Max, I don't know what the
also the only streaming service where you could like download videos and watch.
You can do that on Hulu if you pay.
You can do it on Hulu. I don't think you can do it on Hulu.
You could if you pay enough money.
If you pay enough money, but I'm saying with Netflix,
I don't pay. I pay for ads. Actually, I don't pay for Hulu at all, I should say.
No, I pay for Hulu. I provide Hulu for my family. I provide Hulu for my family. I provide Peacock for my family. HBO Max.
You don't pay for Hulu. You pay for Spotify. Why are you lying?
Well, they have Hulu, and I'm the one who's paying.
Yeah, but no, you're paying.
I don't pay. I get weirded out by giving other people streaming services that aren't mine. Like I don't pay for my HBO Max.
I don't either.
So my parents want it, and I'm like, I can't give it to you.
Yeah. When people ask, "Can I use it?" Like, it's not mine.
It's not mine. Yeah, I feel the same way.
I'll throw my parents under the bus for that. They want to watch, whatever's on HBO Max. I don't know.
You want to watch Curb Your Enthusiasm? Get the illegal sites, buddy.
And now that HBO Max and Discovery are merging, I mean, the shit they're gonna have on there is just gonna be insane.
Oh yes, my 600-pound life will be on that shit. Thank God. Can't wait to watch fucking Dr. Pimple Popper.
Yeah, I'll get to watch that Bobby Bacala Carter show.
I'm just yelling. I don't even know if TLC shows are on that shit. I'm just naming TLC shows.
I think it is.
They are. I want to say.
Yeah, I think
TLC. Yeah, my 600-pound life. Like say yes to the dress is on TLC.
Gonna get to.
No, I don't know if they're on Discovery.
Property Brothers is HGTV, but that's on Discovery.
That might be the same shit too.
Yeah.
So here's the thing about the Property Brothers. They're not real.
What do you
mean?
They're
not like they don't exist.
They do. One of them's married to Katy Perry.
No, that's not true. Katy Perry's married to Orlando Bloom, I'm pretty sure.
Dating Katy Perry?
I don't think Katy Perry's
dating Zooey Deschanel. Wrong white lady. Wrong white lady.
I understand why you got confused.
Yeah.
Annoying and dark hairs.
I don't think the Property Brothers are real people.
One of them's dating Zooey Deschanel.
No way.
They should be dating Redfoo.
Are they twins? Property Brothers twins?
Yes. No, they're not twins. They're brothers.
Okay. Well,
Wait,
no way.
No. Those they are twins. The third Property Brother. That's what it is, actually.
No way. Twin boys are that obsessed of making an open floor plan in every house they go to. There's no way. So I'm convinced that whoever made that show, like designed these guys in like a lab and, made them obsessed with having like marble countertops and open floor plans and taking down different walls. And like
they are Canadian.
They're like in cages it's somewhere in an undisclosed area because those people can't be real.
What are their names? Justin and Drew?
Jonathan and Drew.
Justin Drew's a baseball player. Yeah.
You and JD Drew.
You get JD Drew.
No, Justin Drew's somebody.
Oh, wait. JD Drew's like that's a 2007 baseball.
Yeah, that's like a Red Sox guy, right?
That's it. Yeah.
Sox.
Yeah.
That's I played MLB The Show in 2007.
Yeah,
I'm thinking of Justin Drew. Is it a character on a TV show?
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe I was thinking of JD Drew. I don't know. Oh well. Anyway.
Whatever. The episode's growing, so it's fine.
But yeah, it's gonna be fun once they merge together. Whenever that happens, I don't know when.
I haven't really.
Yeah, I love watching fat people lose weight.
Do you guys like Dr. Pimple Popper?
No,
I watch it. I like the TikToks when they pop pimples. That's it.
I can't either.
You can't do that.
Hate it.
It's pretty satisfying to me.
I
hate it. I don't mind blood. But
you don't like pus?
No. I'm talking about something different. Like I can't stand pimple popping videos. I don't like them. I hate them. It's gross. One thing I also can't watch on TV ever is when they're taking injections in the arm. Cannot do it.
Really?
Cannot watch that.
Can't watch people get blood work?
Nope, can't watch it. I hate it.
Can you watch yourself get blood work?
No, I freak out.
My sister just got blood work this morning. I was telling her it's not that serious. If you can't do it, you're a pussy. So Mike, you're a pussy.
I do it. I don't
no, but if you do it, no.
Yeah,
it's legitimately like I think a shot is worse than getting blood work done.
No,
because a shot actually hurts. So blood work.
I got PTSD from the last time I gave blood was freshman year of college for Johnson Hall, so I can get community service points. They're having a blood drive.
You passed out.
I didn't pass out. I was given blood work, and the one thing I can't stand is when they put pressure on my arm to make my vein pop out and they start cleaning off the vein. I'm like, if they touch that thing is going to burst and I'm going to be dead. What?
That's not how that works, but you got it.
Okay, Pat, so this is called a fear. Okay, obviously.
Yeah. Well, it's a rational fear. I'm just saying.
But I got PTSD because the one time I gave blood, the girl that came up to me looked at me and then looked at a nurse and said, "Okay, what do I do now?" And I was like, dude, this can't be real. And then they wanted to take my white blood cells and shit too on top of it, like platelets or the plates or whatever.
So is this a blood drive?
Yeah, this is a blood drive.
Yeah, I never done a blood drive.
They
don't need my blood. Yeah,
and they would put shit in my arm to take out. So it was like cold feeling all my arm and stuff. It was, I don't like it. So when I watched
in high school, sorry, I thought you were doing your story. I'm sorry.
When I watched Breaking Bad and like they inject heroin, I can't watch that scene. Cannot watch it.
Pussy. When I was in high school, people would just go.
Pat, you're afraid of Mary Kate Olsen. Everyone has fear.
Wait, what? I'm afraid of Stephanie Tanner. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes, I've never seen you watch Full
House.
No,
that's Michelle.
Michelle Tanner, sorry.
Yeah, I've never seen much Full House, so that's the only conclusion I can get brought up to.
I've watched Full House plenty of times.
I don't think you have.
Okay, all right. Let's teach us all. Let's get to the rough draft, fucking pussy.
Okay, who wants to go first?
Scared of Christopher Moltisanti taking heroin.
This week's rough draft: top 3 worst things to feel or just feelings in general.
I hate the feeling of seeing someone put a needle in their arm. Sorry.
Who wants to go first, AJ?
I'll go first. Number 1, just because I just recently had it last week, sore throat. I hate a fucking sore throat.
I was going to say strep. I can't stand that shit. Not being able to eat is the fucking worst.
And you can't sleep with one. You wake up in the middle of the night.
You laying down, you start coughing.
Yeah.
It hurts like a bitch. Yep. That was
and big throat. Those fucking bastards. Here's what they did. They're like, hey, you wanna cure your sore throat? Here's something to suck on for an hour, you asshole. Big throat. They're annoying.
You ever gargle salt water?
Yes, it works.
That works a lot. You know what? The thing I hate the most about strep is the test you have to take. Well, I used to get strep every year when I was a kid for some fucking reason. And every year I would struggle doing that shit. They'd be like, all right, open your mouth. And then they expect you to act calm while they're shoving a little fucking Q-tip down your throat. It's like, they're like, but you know.
Sound effects are much better.
The day I left for Boston, I still had a sore throat. I gargled salt water.
So did I. That's so
I was sucking on cough drops. I drank green tea with a lot of honey. What else did I do? Is that it? That like the 3 things you could do I took a hot shower just to see if that I was just running a train on my throat.
Hey yo. That's funny. Actually, we didn't talk about in the 3 weeks we haven't done this shit. Me and AJ have both been to Boston and came back.
I got a bigger reaction.
I said, hey yo.
Yeah.
I'll go next. I'd say just I know Mike wouldn't agree with me on this one, just throwing up in general. Mike likes throwing up.
I hate it.
I can't stand it. Like I you know what I hate actually? The feeling when you're about to throw up, the 15 minutes beforehand, you gotta sit there and realize it, and you're like, all right. It just happens to me every time. At least back in last week, I realize I have to go throw up. I go upstairs, I lay on my bed for like 10 minutes waiting, and then I just like, all right, I have to go to the bathroom. I just sit on the floor waiting, and then like I just hate my stomach just like churning as I'm throwing up. And then when you throw up, you're not gonna throw up once. You gotta throw up 4 more fucking times after.
Yeah, and then you dry heave.
Yeah, it's like, you're just spitting into the toilet bowl.
You got to drink water to throw that up.
Yeah, and the water is gonna taste good. And it like depending on what you fucking what's it called drank, it's disgusting. Like I remember last time I threw up, it was actually a year ago today. It was when we were doing the fucking 40 hand thing with those stupid tall boys. My entire throw up was pink because I was drinking wine beforehand. So and it was just nasty to look at.
The dry heave is definitely worse than the throw up.
Yeah. But just, that's what I hate. Like the whole your stomach is like churning.
You feel like your whole body's just like bursting apart at the seams. It's fucking awful.
It's nasty.
All right.
I can't wait to do it next week.
Okay, I have 3 written down here. It's just a matter of what I want to put first. And I'll put this one first because this one is the worst. In Netflix, or not Netflix, or just in shows in general, when the main character is hiding something and they're in a hurry to fix it, and they're in like a different room trying to fix something, and then their friend or significant other calls them and goes, "Hey, you're gonna be here?" And he goes, "Just a second." That pisses me off because at that moment you are saying your guilt. There is no way people believe that, where you stumble over your words for 10 seconds and go, "I'll be out in just a second." Like it gets me pissed because they believe it.
Yeah.
And it's all, if this was real life and you did that, they're opening the door and be like, "What's going on?"
Yeah. They're like, "Are you okay?" Yeah.
I'm just watering the plants. Like something like it sounds like you just made it up on the spot. And it's such an awful feeling to me because I'm literally watching it. I'm going, this is the worst, dude.
And then like amongst the chaos of them doing whatever, you hear the person on the other side of the door go like, "You have a plant in your room?" As if like they asked like the dumbest question.
Yeah, or they try to get in the door and they just hear like the tiny door jiggling.
Just a second. And then they somehow magically everything was like, hey.
Or like or they open the door and they open the door like after they finally try to get in, they go, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm ready to go."
And they cut to the next scene like nothing happened.
You're out of breath. Don't just say that's fine. Like question the dude.
And then they always come up with some stupid answer. They're like, "Calisthenics. I'm thinking of getting in shape." They're always like super. Yeah.
And some push-ups.
That one gets me so angry.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. My next one, a bad meal. Nothing in this world makes me more angry or grumpy if my food stinks, or just in general. It doesn't matter if like I know going into it it's gonna be bad. I get just as mad as if when I think it's gonna be good and it ends up being shit. A bad meal puts me in such a bad mood that I'm a nightmare to be around. I hate to
always
feel
over
a
basic
bad
shit.
meal.
So
or after you eat a bad meal, I should say.
I never
order anything
crazy.
If you're looking forward to that meal.
Yeah.
like if you come home from work and all you just want to do is eat, and then the food isn't as great as you thought, and it's just like, dude, what? It's one of those things where, like, if you're in a bad mood already, the smallest things can
Yeah.
Pat,
I'll go next.
or just
Yeah. Okay. I thought you were still fucking explaining your shit. I just came up with this on the spot actually. Watching your sports team blow a lead.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah.
I saw the Knicks do at least. Huh?
It
Like
depends
I want to say
on
that.
I
I don't know. I say in any really, I don't know. I feel like football definitely because it's just like, oh, this really just happened. Like I remember, was it 2 years ago, the Giants blew that game against the Eagles because someone decided not to catch a ball. I'm not gonna say his name, piece of shit. Yeah, it's just like watching that happen. It's like, oh, you think you're all good, and it's like slowly but surely the other team just comes back in and you lose. It's just it's hard. I think it might be worse when you have money on the team to do the same thing, like the Jazz a couple months ago against the Clippers, and and because of that, I prayed their downfall, and now they're eliminated. So fuck you, Utah.
It's like a Aroldis Chapman pretty much every other game.
That's
They'll be
funny,
up by 2, just blows
it. It's just like, I don't know. Like last night when Diaz came out, like I was fully expecting him to walk the entire fucking like what's it called, all three of them, and give up a grand slam and then we'll lose. Like that could easily happen. I would have been like it would have killed me, but I would have seen it coming at least. But yeah. All right. Mike, number 2.
Course Hero.
What?
Course Hero.
That's not a feeling.
That's a thing.
No, well, it's because of Course Hero that sparks this trigger of mine.
No, what's Course Hero? Is that like
Course Hero is when they have the answers to homework or tests or quizzes online.
Like what was that website called before they made it like stupid as fuck? Not Chegg, the other one. The other one, like Quizlet.
Quizlet. No,
Yes.
This is Course Hero. So when I would have classes that I wasn't doing well in or just didn't know, or I've had like a take-home quiz or homework, I would always copy and paste the question into Google and see if I can get it there.
Oh,
And
I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
They would never have it. But there was this one website, Course Hero, that in the link in the description, it had the exact question I was looking for. And then when you go on the website, it would have the question and you scroll down and the rest is blurred.
Yes, now I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's a good one. Yeah.
That one. That was. I know. You knew not to go to check. You knew that because
no, I did check my freshman year. I bought check and did that.
I'm saying but if you didn't buy check, you knew not to go there. But Course Hero, I think sometimes Course Hero gave you the answer.
Course Hero may give you a sample of a different question.
Yeah.
But not the one you were looking for. And I had a story with Course Hero my sophomore year. I was trying to stay afloat in this media management class. I forget which one it was. And they had the quiz online, everything, and I needed to do well on this test, and I did not know any of the answers. So I bought Course Hero. I said, fuck it, I'm just gonna buy it. It was, I think it was $10 for the week or something like a really good deal. So I said, okay, you know what, $10 for the week, I will 100% do that. I buy it for the 1 week, $10, and then I did the quiz, did well, got a 90 on it. I was like, this is good. I checked my bank account a couple days later. I'm in the negatives. It said like negative 100 something in like my checking account. And I said, what? And it said Course Hero took $120 from my bank account. And I went online and I saw like they had like a complaints folder, and like so many people had that issue. It said, I bought a week and you charged me $120. And so I emailed them this awful email, and I was freaking out at them. I may still even have it.
Oh, if you just go to sent on Gmail, it should be there.
That's what I'm doing. And yeah, I still have it. What did I say? Basically, they were gaslighting me. I said I was under the impression I was paying less than $10 a month, and you guys charged me $120 fucking dollars.
They charged you for the whole year?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
I said, this is absolutely ridiculous. I was like, can I have a refund here? And they literally emailed me back and said, we typically do not honor refunds once our services have been used, but as a one-time courtesy, I would be happy to issue a full refund. So they did give me a refund.
Okay,
It
that's
took
good.
a while. It took a lot of emails, but that pissed me off.
Yeah, that's annoying.
So I got my refund, but they said we don't usually do this. But since you were so idiotic in paying $120, so yeah, that was I paid $120 to get a 90 on the quiz.
Yeah.
You couldn't even get 100.
Whatever.
All right, AJ, yours next.
All right. This is a little wordy, and I couldn't think of anything else in the moment. I kind of want to change it, but I can't think of anything better. The feeling you get after you step on the scale and the number on the scale is just like straight up just like shocks you. Like shocks you to the point you're almost falling off the scale.
That happened to me last year.
Oof,
I was in AJ's bathroom for some reason. I checked. I was like, "Oh, that's not good."
No, I've had the same thing,
nightmare.
just in like an underweight thing. Like if when I was working at Walmart and I wasn't eating a lot and I checked myself on the scale and it was a lot lower than what I thought it was, yeah, it freaks me out.
Yeah. See, in my case, it's always more than I think it's going to be. It's never been like, wow, I lost so much. I'm way less than I thought. It's never once been the case.
Losing weight's hard, low key.
It's
because like, I feel like the working out part isn't that hard. It's like the whole eating less thing.
Yeah,
that's always hard. Yeah. The good thing is that we stopped drinking every week. So
yeah,
that helped. Like I lost 10 pounds off just not doing that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
I've had that before. I mean, like I lost like 15 pounds my first semester of college. Like I lost 15.
You lost 15.
Yeah, I lost 12.
So
yeah,
because I got like really sick towards the end of it. And I wasn't eating every day because I couldn't eat. So like I lost a shitload of weight. So it sucks. It's an awful feeling.
I lost 12 my first semester, gained 25 back my second semester. Yeah, it was bad.
Late night, baby. No.
Really bad.
Okay, so I just had it. What the fuck? Oh, okay. This is more like it could be done either way. I'd say either your card being declined or watching someone's card be declined is a very weird. It's not really maybe it's an awkward situation more than a feeling, but nothing. I remember when I was in Boston, we had like if someone had like a Discover credit card, it wouldn't work in our systems, and we didn't realize that for a couple of hours. And it would be like, oh shit, it's declined. It's just awkward. Some people, your car's declined as fuck. You know?
Awkward.
And then they're like, oh, it's not declined. This is what happened, man. It's not my fault. Yeah. The other day at work, actually, something happened. So we started using that Klarna thing. It's like you like pay in like 4 separate things, and like it's there. We don't know how to use it because obviously it has nothing to do with us. It's just you scan it, you pay for it. I had nothing to do with this. This guy saw that we had it, went to go use it, and then when he went to do it, it declined it. And then he had like a 15-minute like just rant. I was so confused what he was even like talking. Like why? And he's like, do you know how to do this? Like, why don't you guys know how to use it? I was like, why would I know how to tell you
What's
how to
it
pay
called?
for something? Klarna. It's like have you heard of Afterpay? It's like basically you go on this app and you type in the amount of money you want to spend, and then they give you like a card in your Apple Wallet, and you pay it there, and you pay it over like
Interesting.
Or something like that, which is stupid because I honestly, it's a credit card basically.
Yeah,
but it's like the guy got mad. Well, he wasn't really mad at me. He was more mad at the thing, and then like it seemed like he was directing it towards me, and like I had anything to do with it. I was like, dude, you're just paying for something, bro. You don't have to like. You have the card on. You just you're obviously gonna pay it off. It's $100, for like 2 pairs of shoes and something else. So you're getting a deal here, brother.
And the last one
before that, sorry, Mike. It was a bad hangover was one of them.
Yeah, that's a yeah.
But that kind of ties into the throwing up thing.
YouTube ads.
I have YouTube Premium. I've not seen YouTube. Actually, no, I have YouTube Premium and I've had an ad blocker for years. So I just
YouTube ads turn me off from watching YouTube all the time, because if you pick a video and you go through the whole part of the ad and then you want to pick another video before that video starts, you have to watch the ads again.
Yeah.
And there's 2 of them. And then there's an ad when the video ends. And when that video ends, then you can pick a different video. It just is such a time waster.
Sorry, Mike.
No, you can go.
I was going to say, it's annoying now. Like for the longest time ever, wait 5 seconds, you could skip the ad. Now they have ads where you have to watch the whole ad play through. You can't skip it.
Sometimes there's 2 ads in the beginning now.
Yeah.
Like it's like Hulu. They basically turn. I have not seen a YouTube ad since like December, but like Well, yeah, I don't know. It just depends where you're watching. Like on my phone, I used to get it a lot, so I stopped watching YouTube on my phone because I've had an ad blocker on my thing for God knows how long because I couldn't deal with that shit. But I remember when I had my TV before it broke, quote unquote. What was it called? I couldn't. I remember I'll be watching Kitchen Nightmares. Like this is like back around this time last year, and I was just like, it'll be an ad, and it'll be like, oh God, I did not want to watch this anymore. And after like the first 4 seasons of that show, last week it was pretty rough.
Kitchen Nightmares.
Yeah, I just watched it so much. That's all I was doing when we were up there towards the end.
I also don't like in YouTube is that if I fall asleep watching YouTube, I wake up with the TV off. They just shuts off.
Yeah, turn on the play on.
Well, no, I keep that on. But the thing is, I feel like I always have to constantly readjust it. Like I feel like if I turn on once, that should be it. For some reason, for me, I have to constantly turn it back on. So when I go to sleep, I wake up and the TV's off. Don't like that feeling. Don't like that.
The TV's off completely?
Yeah, completely.
Oh, maybe that's her TV then.
Yeah, you probably have a timer set.
Well, because it pauses the video and it doesn't go to the next video, and then my PS4 shuts off. Waking up with the TV off for some reason for me is not a good feeling.
Really?
Yeah, I love sleeping with the TV on. I love waking up in the middle of the night and seeing what's on.
Core memory, George Lopez being on at 3 a.m.
George Lopez to be on. Hey, yeah, that's what I remember.
It's not the right song.
I like falling asleep with the TV on, but I always make sure like there's a timer set or something. So like, because I don't want it to wake me up in the middle of the night.
No, I don't want it to wake me up in the middle of the night. I'm not a big, I want to sleep from this time to this time all the way through. I want to wake up in the middle of the night because
why?
Because I feel like I sleep better if I wake up in the middle of the night and then start again. It's always a good feeling to know how much time you have left. So like if I go to sleep at 11 and I have to wake up at 8 and I wake up at 7:50 or 7:55, I'm gonna be like, dude, what the fuck? I can't do that. I have to go back to bed for a quick second and then start it up. You know, it's like the first couple wake ups are like a wake up call for me, and like to get me like to prepare me for the day mentally. You know, if I have to wake up at like 5 o'clock for a shift, I wake up almost every hour of the night because I'm so nervous I'm gonna forget that I wake up every hour of the night. And for some reason, that's fine for me.
That's crazy. That can't be good.
No, it's not.
That can't be good.
Oh, yeah,
you guys are gonna find something crazy in my autopsy when I pass away.
Yeah, nicotine addiction.
What? You talking about, Pat?
Yeah. All right, you guys want to wrap this up?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. I mean, we don't really. I don't know, Michael. You're on Truth, right? You got in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on Truth. I have a couple funny tweets or truths.
Is that what they're calling it?
Yeah,
truth. And if you like retweet something, it's called a retruth.
Honestly, you know what? Kind of dropping the ball. They should call each post a fact. That's a because it's called the Truth app. That's a big ball drop by them. They should call it.
But no, but that's a lot. Like if someone does spread misinformation and they're putting it as facts, like that could be.
You're right.
There should be a thing called truth, and a lie, but the lie is actually the truth. Because it's probably like the lie is like, oh, Joe Biden won the election.
Yeah,
that would come back to bite them in the ass.
Yeah, no, it would just be funny. No, they just like gaslit everybody into thinking some shit was true. Donald Trump's really irrelevant time.
I'm working with a lot of wife's boyfriends.
His hands are big.
I wrote at Sean Hannity and Rand Paul, and I asked them if they had any Fauci NFTs I can get my hands on. One of them got 16 likes, and that's kind of like my high point at the moment. I haven't wrote a lot. My first truth was just got into Truth Social finally. The Libs, AOC, and Keegan Michael Key tried to stop us, but we were out in full force.
Keegan
So I'll keep you guys updated on how that goes. Right now I have 2 followers. I had like 5 when I first started, and then a bunch of people followed me. So
they must be Keegan Peele fans.
Yeah. Have you brought up your wife's boyfriend yet?
Oh yeah, I got 16 likes off of one of those wife boyfriend. I'm waiting, but like it's not as fun if people don't reply back and be like, "What do you mean your wife's boyfriend?"
Yeah.
Then I have to gaslight them thinking that you're weird for thinking that's weird.
Right. They got to think you're a cuck.
Yeah, that's kind of the point.
All right.
I'll keep you guys updated on how that goes.
No episode next week, right?
Oh yeah, we gotta figure that out because we're all gonna
be in the same for the first time in 8 months. 8 months?
Yeah.
6 months. We'll all be together.
6 months.
So
it's like 15 years from the last time I saw you guys. Like I aged so much.
I mean, I saw Lulu Wallen because I'm a real friend, and I go.
I've seen Wallen.
Oh yeah, I forget. Mike's been last week a little more than me actually. Now I think
Yeah.
about it. Or as
been
much
there
as me
twice.
at least. Yeah, so I've been there twice too. That's
Yeah,
much.
so we're tied.
We're tied.
My
But we're just not
grand
there at the same
return.
time.
Mike,
Yeah, so.
Mike, are you getting up there Thursday?
Here's the thing.
Uh-oh.
I have a shift until 3 a.m. Friday
Oh.
morning. So I would have to leave right from work to go to Oswego. So, and then, so I don't know what you guys are going to be doing, but
We'll
I have
figure
to
it
take
out.
like at least a 2-hour nap.
Yeah, I mean, if you get there by like 10, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
6 hours, right?
Yeah, it's about 6.5.
Oh, it's the same distance from Long Island to Oswego. Okay.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
I just gotta like,
That doesn't make any
my-
sense, but yeah.
That doesn't make
My-
any. It's
my mom is not going to be a fan of me leaving right from work to going because she's like, you have to sleep at some point. I'm like,
Yeah.
I
you
know,
slept
I'll sleep
before
when I-
work.
Dude, there was a time where when we were going back up to school senior year of college and I left South Carolina, I didn't sleep all night. I was up all night and I drove 9 hours to Virginia,
That's
or like the end of
crazy.
Virginia, because that's just,
Just
I
built
go.
it, Mike.
Yeah.
a good podcast. Some of the songs I've listened to about 1,500 times. Just play those again. I should be good to go.
A little throw roulette,
All
Little
right.
song roulette in the mix. All right, let's wrap this up.
Yeah, we got less than a minute. It's going to end any second. All right. Check us out on YouTube. Subscribe wherever you get your podcast. See you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.